Coffee ready? Voice ready?
I always want to be like, good morning, Vietnam, when we put this on.
Okay. Some people either going to like us more or hate us more
Okay.
from this one. This ought to be fun. What's up, guys? Welcome back to From AM to PM.
Hi, guys.
How's it going?
I'm finally back with you.
I know.
You've had all these guests lately.
Yes, I know. Well, it's super hard to get us both in the chair at the same time.
Not doing other things.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we got so much going on. So we wanted to talk today about exploitation.
Dun, dun, dun.
It's a fun topic. You know, we get so many emails and messages and comments and stuff like that from a variety of people. And I just want to preface this with the fact that 99.9% of them are super positive.
Yeah. Yeah, we have an amazing YouTube family. We don't call you subscribers. We don't call you fans. You are our YouTube family. And as with most families, you always have that crazy uncle that nobody wants to talk about. And we have that.
Yeah. And it's so something I've been exploring lately is it's easy to hate the hate, right?
Right.
And oftentimes in the comments, people come on there and say, "Oh, just, don't pay any attention to the haters," and that kind of thing. But more, I don't know, I've been kind of exploring like empathy rather than, hate.
Right.
Being empathetic towards those people and trying to understand better where they're coming from or where they're at in their life.
Right, because I think a lot of the people that are pushing hate on to others, not just us, but other people in general, are just not happy people.
Yeah, well, and I think there's even more to that because they may tell you, I'm perfectly fine.
Right, but they have underlying issues.
Sure.
And maybe they haven't even, come to the realization that they have those issues.
Yeah,
You know what I
and
mean?
if you're one of those people, I want you to hear us out, genuinely, because a lot of them say, they want us to listen to them, obviously, because they comment. So, give us that same, because we listen. We read. There have been times, we are brutally honest with you guys and straightforward. There have been times in our YouTube career that I've looked at it and gone, is this really the right thing? Is this what I should be doing? How many times have I told you, Priscilla, that if you want to stop tomorrow, those moments when we're struggling and other people bringing us down and bad things happen, like people coming to visit your house that you never thought you would have to experience in your life. How many times have I told you that,
Right, and we both know that anytime we want to stop, we can stop. Because some days are hard. It's hard. It's not all rainbows and butterflies to be on.
And unicorn farts.
Yeah, I wasn't going to say it. It's not cute. It's not my thing.
Okay, so empathy for the hate, empathy for those that feel so strongly negative towards us. First of all, we're positive people, and we are happy. There's nothing that you can do to take that away from us.
Right.
We're just happy people.
We have moments.
And I get that rubs people the wrong way. Sometimes they don't, they may not be happy themselves. Autism, and not even talking about, autism as the reason for things, but autism being it's a struggle in their own lives, that they just can't come to terms with this is the child that they have, and that child's okay, and that's just who they are, and those feelings that we have about Abigail. She is who she is. We're not trying to cure her or fix her, and that bothers some folks. So we get it from that side.
It does.
And I think that genuinely comes from a place of not being able to relate. So it all goes back to relatability. And I'm trying to relate to you if you're
masses.
one of those people.
Right.
If you're that 0.1%. Again, I never want to move the spotlight over. We seem to be dismissive oftentimes with the haters. Like people bring like, I think you're wrong because you do this, and we're dismissive. And it's more so if I put too much attention on that area, then I'm taking attention away from the 99.9% of the people that we read through the comments and the emails and the DMs that we are positively impacting their life.
Well, and the thing for me is people have said that we delete comments, and some things we do delete, but it's not really for us. I mean, Asa and I protect each other. We talk about it all the time. Like if I see something ugly towards Asa, nobody wants to read that. Like nobody. So I'm going to protect my husband if I can. And he does the same for me. If somebody makes a fat comment, like obviously I know I'm fat, I'm working on it. I don't need to see it in the comments every day. But at the same time, like if I want to protect our YouTube family, because it breaks my heart more than even us getting ugly comments to where someone tries to take up for us and then they're getting attacked by these ugly people. And then they may get one person on their side, the ugly person, and they're like, yeah, you got to be careful with this Moss Squad. And I'm like, yep, you do. But I don't want you guys to have to defend yourselves and deal with that. So we do delete those comments so that doesn't happen. More than anything, I think.
Right. And we honestly want, one aspect of our channel is the positivity side of it. So if it's a totally positive subject, like I want you guys to be able to come to our channel and escape the real world, the challenges and the stuff that you face, or see that, there are other parents out there that are faced with the same challenges you are, or something relatable, or
I love the comments that say, you guys end my bad day and now it's positive, or you made me laugh today, or you've just bring hope. We have so many new parents who have these little kiddos who are 3 and 4 years old. And I remember being there and not knowing, like, oh my gosh, is this going to be life forever? And it's not. And I want to be that person to just give you hope. And if I can bring a smile to your face when I do some dorky thing, then I'll take it. But this is us. Like, we don't put on a show. I mean, we have so many visitors here that they're like, you guys are like, this is just you. We're like,
we just swear a little more in real life.
Yeah. And I might drink a little more vodka now that I've had this surgery. Like I drink it off camera.
Off camera. Yeah.
Yeah. But and
a lot of that, so like same reason, I might drink a little more vodka. It's very specific.
Well, because vodka is my go-to because it doesn't have sugar because of the surgery, so I don't drink really wine.
Well, and a lot of the stuff, like we're not hiding from haters. We're just the comments become overwhelmed with like, oh, you have to be careful since you have weight loss. Or she's we don't drink a lot.
No, and
we drink socially.
Well, and that's so. The other thing is
the
it's
swearing
not
part.
Even,
well, that's because kids watch our channel,
right? But the drinking part is not even because I'm like, oh, I care what other people think. We're typically in an environment where we're not vlogging anyway, like because we don't just throw cameras in everybody's faces that are here visiting. Like we had the Brazies over. Obviously, they're fellow YouTubers, so they wouldn't mind that. But you have to have, at some point, everybody's like, when do you take a break? When do you not have the camera in your face? And it's times like that when we're hanging out with our friends.
Went straight from lunch to dinner. Like it looks like we finished lunch and started cooking dinner in that vlog because we were just chilling. And we need that. We need that as well. But so that kind of gives you like a picture of why this is a topic to us, because we are empathetic and we do concern ourselves with those things. And we want to understand people. And we both have this disease where we want to sway you to our side. Mm-hmm.
I'm a people pleaser.
We want you to think like us and
not even think like us, but I want you to be nice.
I don't want you to understand.
Well, and I don't want you to not like me. It's so important to me.
I get that. And it's so that's kind of the preface for this. Okay, so talking about exploitation. I have a knack for exploiting. I exploit opportunities. I exploit business opportunities. None of this is by accident, guys. And we want to be completely transparent with you guys. Like 100%. The only thing that was an accident was starting YouTube full time. That did not happen on purpose. You know, we lost our building for our business that we owned. So we took a chance and went full time. We were not making enough money to sustain, we will barely, but there's fluctuation, in ad revenue and everything else. So we were barely making enough money to sustain, but we took a chance, which I do all the time. It's like my MO for jobs. It terrifies Priscilla.
It is.
So, and then I kind of found this. I was like, okay, this is a niche that people respond to, that people watch. Like, I've studied this in length. If I'm not working, I'm studying about my work. And, the thumbnails, the titles, the maintaining that fine line between clickbait, as in the negative word, and clickbait, which is, interesting you in a video to get you to click on it, to get you, leaving you with a question, making you want to watch, what content I've posted that day. Those type of things. Like, I exploit that information. Right. I've looked at, okay, this is how you draw people to your channel. This is the type of content that you need to make. I read the comments. I see what you guys like and what you don't like, what you care about, what you don't care about.
Like, that's why there's no more Tech Tuesday.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
There's like a few
of you
know your
that
audience. Love it.
Yeah.
But I think that's with every job.
Every
right?
job.
Like, even with my Lipstick Mama stuff. I tell my girls all the time in training, like, you have to know your network and what they like. My go-to is, I'm not putting a pair of stockings on my face doing a mermaid look for a bunch of busy special needs or stay-at-home moms or working moms, like, because they're not going to be attracted to that. Like, it might be fun to watch, but they're not going to want to, like, recreate that look. And I sure as heck don't want to do it, because I would be the most ridiculous looking mermaid ever.
Well, so you're exploiting the interests of your audience.
Right.
Because that's what they're interested in. How do I put on a face and look put together, before I go meet my kids' teachers? Like,
right.
that's what you're doing. And I know I'm using that word out of context with the accusatory statements that we've gotten, exploitation. So there's some really simple statements here as far as exploiting children go. If you don't think that children should be on the internet, period, like other family vloggers, there's nothing I can do to change your mind on that. That's an opinion, right. And we disagree on that opinion. If you watch other family vloggers, now granted, there have been some cases where, like, people should not be filming their kids because their kids don't want to do it, because it's become a show for them. It's become, it's fake, it's acting, and the kids are employees at that point. And I just don't, it's super cringy, and I understand that. But there's a lot of families. Okay, so one that comes to mind is the Binghams, right?
Yeah.
Those kids love it.
They love it so much.
They love being on YouTube. They love what their family does. And like I said, if that's your opinion on it, that's fine. That's your opinion.
But
so don't put your kids on video.
Right.
In our, like, we have no problem with it. So then it comes down to, well, she has autism. She can't decide. That's kind of ableist.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
It bothers me that you think that Abby can't be on camera because she has autism, like we should hide her away. And I know you're sitting there going, I'm not saying you should hide her away. I'm just saying she doesn't have a choice. You're right, she doesn't. She can't make that decision for herself. So that kind of sucks, just like a lot of things in life. Like, she can't drive herself places. She will likely never be able to. There's a good chance she won't be able to say out loud what she wants, at a restaurant.
I mean,
she doesn't have those opportunities.
I pick her clothes out every single day, not because she would point to something.
Sure.
But she doesn't really care.
She doesn't care.
Like, that's a whole different,
because when you ask her to point at something, she points at something because she has learned to do that. But It's not out of desire.
Exactly.
Yeah. There's a lot of, so that kind of leads me into projection, because people feel.
Can we back up just a little bit? So one of the things, no, she cannot verbally say, I want to be on camera today, or I don't want to be on camera today. But she still has body language, and she still has mannerisms and behaviors. Mm-hmm. And we, as her parents who have raised her since day one, can read all of that. Right. And so if you don't see her in a vlog, it may be because she didn't want to be on camera. Did she verbally say, Mom, no, I don't want to be on camera? No. But I can tell by her mannerisms, by her body language, if the fact that she pushes the camera away. But at the same time, we can also tell when she wants to be on camera because she'll bring the camera to you, or she'll get in a scene, you know, like you and I may be talking and she'll come up and get in the middle of us.
Mm-hmm.
If she didn't want to be on camera, she wouldn't do that because she knows.
That's more on her mood because she's a teenager. Like if she's in a super happy, you know, good mood that day, she wants to interact. She wants to be around us. If she's not, then she doesn't. A lot of times you'll hear her in the background when we're talking to the camera. You know, she typically makes it into a vlog, a few minutes per vlog. There are times when she barely makes it in because she's just having a crap day and she doesn't want to be messed with.
Right.
I think it has very little to do with the camera or being filmed or anything like that. It just has more to do with interacting with people. Sometimes she just doesn't want to do it. Isaiah is no different. Isaiah has never said to me, I don't want to be in the vlog. Never.
Right.
But he has had body language and behaviors that he just didn't want to be messed with. And that's fine. And I'm like,
I'm the same way.
Yep. Priscilla's done the same thing.
You know, you don't see me a lot of times in the mornings because I don't love to be on camera and not made up.
Sure.
Like that's just my personal preference.
Well, and there's amount of time that you want to prepare your mind as well, not just your face.
Right. You don't just jump out of bed and be like, hey guys, welcome to the vlog. Like, I mean, Asa does, but nobody else does.
Oh, no.
No, that's true. Because he's not a morning person. I would probably do that more often, but I have my pajamas on. And
usually when I point the camera at my face and I say, what's up, guys? Welcome to the vlog. Good morning. Welcome to the vlog. It's like 1 p.m. or 11 at the earliest. I'll point the camera away from me in the morning. But so we digress. The exploitation part of it, you're just flat out wrong. Like it's like I said, if you think that any child on YouTube is exploiting, well, I'm not going to be able to change your mind there. That's just a difference in opinion. And to be frank, not to be rude, it's not. But your opinion is irrelevant when it comes to someone else's children. Right. You know, if there's no harm being done, then it's irrelevant.
Yeah.
Do I believe this harms my children in any way, shape, or form? Absolutely not. In fact, it's helped Isaiah with confidence levels.
Definitely.
So much. I mean, the kid is just, it really, I mean, the fact that he can pick up a camera and go vlog in public, you guys, that takes a lot.
Because I know on camera he looks like he's super confident and he's this good-looking kid and he's got everything going for him, but he doesn't. Like he wasn't always like that. I mean, this
even
really,
now, like he struggles with anxiety. We've talked about that, you know, and you know, other people's judgment of him, things like that.
And he just loves hearing like what our family has done for other people as well. He gets a lot from that. I mean, you know, he's like, you guys are making a difference. Like we as a family are making a difference.
He cries at meetups just like we do.
He does. Yeah. He gets overwhelmed and he's like, I can't believe this is what we do. Yeah. Because you think about a 17-year-old, like they know Pootie Pie for vlog, like YouTube. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's not like a family. It's not like he's watching other family vloggers.
Right.
So for him and his friends watch us. Yeah. He's like, you guys are like the cool parents, you know? So.
Just because we know what the woe is.
Yeah. Oh, I missed the cue.
Oh, yeah. Just because we know what the woe is. For those of you listening, we just woed. I don't know if you know that. I don't even know what that dance is called, Priscilla.
All the dances. They do it all on TikTok.
So then trying to understand people, like guys, I feel, I'm not going to say I pity you. I think that's condescending. I feel bad that there's this much negativity in your life if you feel like you need to bring down others, especially on the internet without even a face-to-face interaction. I feel bad. Like I wish better for you. I think people are negative when they have negative things in their life. Yeah. I think if you are overly positive, it's because you've really accepted and embraced your own life, no matter where you're at in life, no matter what you got going on. You know, we've all got crap that we've dealt with.
We've been married 18 years and got married at 19. We've had a lot of crap we've dealt with. We've
been near divorce. We've had, separation stuff. Like it's been a lot of crap. I had crap from my childhood, that I dealt with. And like everybody's got that
Money.
stuff. It's, oh man, the money struggle. Holy cow, for the overwhelming majority of our marriage for, a decade and a half at least. And it's just, but everybody's got problems. Don't put yours on other people, I think is the big message.
Oh yeah, because you wanted to talk about projecting.
Yeah, projecting is a thing. There have been comments before, as absurd as it sounds, people feel a certain way based on their life experiences, So don't just dismiss what people say, because a lot of times they're dealing with their own demons. But for example, I've given people a creepy vibe with Abigail, because and the response was, well, I myself was abused, so I kind of have a feeling for these things. That's projection, and my heart hurts for you, because it's the worst thing someone could go through. But that's just an example of someone experiencing something in their life and then projecting that onto others. Projection happens all the time. You realize it. Like we get comments like, "Oh, I would be so uncomfortable if my parents put me on video." Well, I mean, you would. And that's you're projecting your own feelings, therefore assuming that Abigail and Isaiah must be as well. So that's that's the state of it.
And I know we've talked about it before, and we've said that like we know the way we raised our children, and we have given 100% of our lives to other people, right? Mm-hmm. We help in the community. We volunteer for things, even though Asa gives me a hard time about it. Like he loves it. He loves it just as much as I mean, do. It's like your role. Like that's like your character now, is you have to give me crap about it. But he's standing right next to me, like tearing up when I go down and I help the homeless or so I don't want anybody to think that he's like not on board, because I know we've had a couple of people that are like, why do you keep doing that if he doesn't like it? Well, he does.
It's my job to complain, guys. Yeah.
But with that being said, like our kids have seen that, and your kids a lot of times see what you do, and then they become the same, not the same people, but like they feed off of that. Isaiah has this overwhelming desire to help people.
Yeah.
And Abby, even though she has an autism diagnosis, she has the same personality. Like she is very compassionate and loves to be around people. And I think that she would have the same personality. So we know like how we've raised our children. So even though she can't verbally say things sometimes, you just know in your heart that that's what she would do if she could verbalize that.
Yeah. And I think it's easy to watch a video and go, well, she must not like this, because I'm assuming that she does or doesn't, and I have a negative mindset already, so I'm gonna assume the worst here. I would challenge you to assume the best. I think we spend far too much time looking for something, especially today's day and age, right? This generation of, I would say millennials, but I am a millennial, come to find out, based on the year I was born. But a little bit, a decade younger than us, and even younger than that, so much time is spent trying to find something to dislike, to disagree with, and that's unfortunate. I would work hard at finding things to enjoy and seeing the bright side of things. It's way more fun. It makes your life better.
It does.
If nothing else, like I'm not asking that for us. I'm telling, like, it's going to make your life better. And that's the empathy side of it. That's what I want. I want you to be happy, and I want you to spread joy and spread that happiness. Okay, so another factor there is the money side of things.
Right.
Again, transparent as possible in all of this. And as far as money's concerned, we have, as a society, as a culture, decided that success and money is a negative thing. It's an evil thing.
Right.
When someone is successful, like, guys, I'm successful on purpose. We did this on purpose.
We work so hard at this.
It's almost like people, they'd be fine if you're helping other people, as long as you're doing it Mother Teresa style, where there's no gain for yourself, right?
Right.
They'd be okay with that.
Unfortunately, the electric company and the mortgage company don't agree with that way.
So then they look at it like, oh, they're making a ton of money off of YouTube. Congratulations for them. Like, you should be applauding people. If someone goes out and does the work and puts the work in and figures out how to exploit this situation to where it's, advantageous for them and for their customer base, okay, their viewership, their internet family.
Right.
If they figure out a way to do that to where we can provide free content, it's absolutely free for everybody. We can do that and make a good living off of it. Like, I want you to understand. I really want you to realize our children will have nothing to worry about.
Right.
Isaiah will not have to stress over whether or not his sister is being well cared for. And that is absolutely 100% selfish, and I love that. Like, I do this every single day because my kid is going to be well taken care of. You should be joyous that we don't have to sit here and worry about, God, so many comments like, bashing us, but I love Abby though. If you love Abby, then you should be helping us.
Right.
Because the alternative is that, do you know what it costs for a person with special needs, especially of Abigail's severity, to live? Do you know what that costs? So then she becomes a warden of the state. Like, she requires state assistance to live. If you have a child that state funds are utilized for that, to care for that child, you know the struggle. You know how hard it is. You know how much, like, you're pushing for more and you want more for them. My brother, he can't make over a certain amount of money because then he loses services. That sucks. He can't go out and earn more.
Right. And he has cerebral palsy. It's not like...
He's capable of earning more, but he's not going to earn enough to offset.
Right.
Like, he will never be able to earn enough to get what he has now on his own. But if he earns a little bit more so he can do a few more things, he loses all of his assistance. That's a whole nother topic for another day. That's this ugly, cycle that the government has put people in.
But at the end of the day, I don't want the government to have to take care of my child.
Sure.
That's not what our government is there for. In my eyes, it's not what the government's there for. She's our child, and we should be able to take care of her, whether we're here or not.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if I agree that entirely, because we also pay into the government. Like, everybody pays into the government.
And I understand that
for those services.
But I don't want her to just have to count on that.
Like, if we have the means to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so
I agree.
And I don't want to have to count on the government, because that's not how I was raised. Yes, our parents have all worked hard and they make Social Security and they get all these things. And that I understand. But at the end of the day, like, we had this child and we were blessed with Abigail. And I don't want to have to make decisions on, well, she can live here because this is how much she gets every month, her $700 or whatever it is. Like, what? No, that's not okay with me.
Yeah, we've had that discussion numerous times. Like, we don't want to provide Abigail with only what we can afford.
Right.
We want her to have access to everything. She, again, just like she can't make certain decisions on her own, there are things that she doesn't have access to and will never have access to. So we have to provide it for her. Like, I feel like it's my job. She can't make a YouTube channel and do whatever she wants. She can't be gainfully employed and start a company. So I'm going to do that for her. I'm going to provide that access to those things.
And at the end of the day,
unapologetically.
And then look, where do you get information from when you have a child with autism? When we had Abigail diagnosed, there wasn't a lot out there as far as research, not even research, but just because anybody can read a book, right? And say, okay, this is what the doctor book says. But to have that real life experience from a family who's going through what you are going through, to me, that's priceless. Mm-hmm. And if we're that family that puts ourselves out there for the rest of the autism community, then I'm okay with that. I definitely wouldn't want it to be someone that's super negative or something like that. I would want it to be a positive family to give me hope, because that's what I needed when Abigail was diagnosed, was hope that, oh my gosh, are we going to get through this? Like, how is her life going to look? And I can tell you that little girl lives a pretty darn good life.
She does. Hold on, pause for a commercial break, because we have to, pay for this podcast and exploit. I'm just joking. There's no ad there. Okay. Yeah, I am. I actually have to stop and start the camera again because we are filming this as well. So if you listen to us on podcast, you can actually watch us as well on YouTube and Facebook. And so that's, gosh, did we cover all of it?
I don't know. Did we?
No, there's so much to cover.
There is.
I just, and again, this is not feeding the trolls. It's easy to call people trolls, and they're not just trolls. They, like, a lot of these people genuinely have their own issues, and you may not have your own issue. Maybe you're a headline reader. Maybe you see the title of a video and you go, ugh, and you don't give it a chance. You don't watch it. You don't actually consume it. I know that's factual because some people say, I won't give them the views. I haven't actually watched any of their videos, but I'm going to make give my opinion.
Them.
Yeah.
They're terrible. Disgusting parents.
I just want to be empathetic for people and understand them more. And we're listening to you. We listen to you. We have, okay, well, my card just filled up on there. That's interesting. Hang on. I'm sorry. Let me do this real quick. Just riddled with technical difficulties today. Yeah. I think if you're going to just choose to be negative, I would challenge you to find something in your life that you can have an outlet for that, and that's going to make you positive. Just
not our videos.
Stop being a jerk.
Yeah.
Be a better person. That's my message for today. Be a better person. Don't be a garbage person. Be a better person. Don't spread your negativity. If you're having a crappy day, stay off the internet. It's
like drunk texting.
Yeah. Put the phone down.
Yeah, go put it
the
across
phone down,
the room.
Karen. You've had too much vodka.
And what's our guy's name? Jack?
What do we decide? Some people corrected us. Kevin? I think it was Kevin. Karen and Kevin. Kevin's the guy version of Karen.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, just put your phone away. Don't do it.
I hope you guys didn't feel like it was a rant. I want to encourage you. And look, if you have a genuine problem with something that we do,
email us.
Get a hold of me, and we'll talk about it. I got no problem talking to you about it. Chances are you're wrong.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I don't shoot from the hip is what I'm saying. Like, I think about what I'm saying.
We don't.
I edit. It's not like we just film and throw it on. I edit. So sometimes I'll say something. I'm like, that didn't come out how I wanted it to. That's the challenging part with these podcasts. Ain't much editing here. The only jump cuts you see in these podcasts or anything like that is technical difficulties, like starting cameras back up, things like that. Like, this is pretty raw. It's pretty raw.
It's kind of scary.
Yeah. What are we talking about next week?
What was our other topic?
Our topic is how we failed our children.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think it's a reoccurring issue. I was actually listening to another podcast, and they were talking about not allowing kids to fail and cushioning everything for our children, and how it's really screwing up our kids. And I think it has had, more so on Isaiah, I think it's had a negative impact on him and his future.
I have to say, though, we have become less helicopter parents with his senior year.
So I was actually going to say that, and how we are, it almost feels like, I feel like for myself, this is just me, because, I've always been real hard on him. Yeah. Always real, just making sure, like, he could not, I didn't let him sway far. I mean, he had to keep that straight and narrow. And now it's like, I almost feel like I'm trying to undercorrect because I overcorrected for something. Like, I'm trying to fix something that I broke.
But you know what? Like,
it's not a good feeling.
So I went, I'm like the grade person, right? Like, I'm the school
stuff.
Yeah. And so I haven't been on him about it. I'm like, well, I told him, we told him, if you do what you need to do, we'll leave you alone. So I went and checked his grades last night. They're amazing.
Are they really?
Yes.
Oh, God.
I was like,
that makes me want to cry. I'm so freaking proud of him because I know he's working hard. You know what, though? He's had to come to Jesus with that. Guys, like, the kid's amazing. He hates school. And
it's always come natural to him.
It's so natural to him, but he doesn't like it. It's just one of those things. I was the same way. I was a
really
solid
lucky
C student, like, at best, sometimes D. Like, I dislike school in general. He has more helicopter parents than I did.
Yeah.
But my parents allowed me to fail. So anyway, we'll save that for the next podcast.
Okay.
This is a great topic, and I think it's, it's a good lesson in parenting for us as well as you.
And when we
current
talk
parents,
about, because
future
we've
parents.
had a few people, they're like, Isaiah gets in trouble at school. He does not get in trouble. I don't want, so our version of getting in trouble is he doesn't do his homework. And so we have to like constantly get on to him. He does it by the time he has to go to school. He doesn't do it when we want him to do it.
Well,
so that's what
he
we
does
talk
it,
about.
Or he'll get half credit for something because he waits till the end of the grading period
Right.
to actually finish something that he told us he already did.
But
it's typical kid stuff.
But he's in the IB program, so
Right.
it's not like he's like some slacker kid. Like he's
Yeah.
a good kid. It's just we have him up here where the average kid's like here.
Right. But that's also like, you have to realize like he chose that path.
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
This is something like we're like, are you sure? Because this is not you, dude. You don't like school. So, all right, that's next week. We will see you guys next week. Thanks for hanging out with us. It was a joy. I don't know that it was a joy necessarily. We kind of, it was fun. We had fun. Good talk.
Bye,
See ya.
guys. That's a wrap.
And we're out. That's a good jingle too. That's from the same person as last week. I loved it.
Oh, I like that. Are you gonna hit stop on